Mrs. Silver, he said, I do actually happen to know how to make tortoises grow faster, if that's really what you want. You do? She cried. Oh, please tell me. Am I feeding him the wrong things? I worked in North Africa once, Mr. Hoppy said. That's where all these tortoises in England come from, and a Bedouin tribesman told me the secret. Tell me, cried Mrs. Silver. I beg you to tell me, Mr. Hoppy. I'll be your slave for life. When he heard the words, your slave for life, a little shiver of excitement swept through Mr. Hoppy. Wait there, he said. I'll have to go in and write something down for you. In a couple of minutes, Mr. Hoppy was back on the balcony with a sheet of paper in his hand. I'm going to lower it to you on a bit of string, he said, or it might blow away. Here it comes. Mrs. Silver caught the paper and held it up in front of her. This is what she read. Esio Trot, Teg Rajib Rajib. Emok no Esio Trot, Wurg Poo, Fup Poo, Toos Poo, Gnurps Poo, Wolb Poo, Loos Poo, Egg Rog, Elzug, Foots, Plug, Tup no Taff, Esio Trot, Tup no Taff, Teg no, Elbog, Doof. What does it mean? She asked. Is it another language? It's tortoise language, Mr. Hoppy said. Tortoises are very backward creatures, therefore they can only understand words that are written backwards. That's obvious, isn't it? I suppose so, Mrs. Silver said, bewildered. Esio Trot is simply tortoise spelled backwards, Mr. Hoppy said. Look at it. So it is, Mrs. Silver said. The other words are spelled backwards too, Mr. Hoppy said. If you turn them round into human language, they simply say, tortoise, tortoise, get bigger, bigger. Come on, tortoise, grow up, puff up, shoot up, spring up, blow up, swell up, gorge, guzzle, stuff, gulp. Put on fat, tortoise, put on fat. Get on, gobble food. Mrs. Silver examined the magic words on the paper more closely. I guess you're right, she said. How clever! But there's an awful lot of poos in it. Are they something special? Poo is a very strong word in any language, Mr. Hoppy said, especially with tortoises. Now, what you have to do, Mrs. Silver, is hold Alfie up to your face and whisper these words to him 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. Let me hear you practice them. Very slowly and stumbling a little over the strange words, Mrs. Silver read the whole message out loud in tortoise language. Not bad, Mr. Hoppy said, but try to get a little more expression into it when you say it to Alfie. If you do it properly, I'll bet you anything you like that in a few months' time he'll be twice as big as he is now. I'll try it, Mrs. Silver said. I'll try anything, of course I will, but I can't believe it'll work. You wait and see, Mr. Hoppy said, smiling.